So in the last class, we started discussing about the concept of stress, and there we also discussed about tensors, and we also discussed that we can actually rotate these tensors, and this tensor will be present as a 3 by 3 matrix in case of 3D tensor, and a 2 by 2 matrix in case of a 2D tensor. So before going into tensor rotation, let's first discuss about the rotation matrices. Some of us may be already familiar with rotation matrices. It is basically used to rotate a frame of reference by an angle theta. So let's say we have a vector x and y in a 2D plane, and suppose now we are rotating our frame of reference by angle theta. Then what will be the new values for the same vector x and y? For computation of this new value, we can use a rotation matrix. Rotation matrix is basically a 2 by 2 matrix in case of 2D vectors. That is, we just write the four elements of vector in terms of sine theta and cos theta, and simply if we just multiply that rotation matrix with our vector, we get a new vector. That vector shall represent the new value for the same vector after rotating the our frame of reference at an angle theta. Now this is for 2D matrix. Or let's say 2D space. But suppose we want to do rotation in a 3D plane for a 3D vector or a 3D tensor in our case. So then in case of 3D, we just represent a 3D rotation as combination of three rotations in three axes. So for each rotation, we just write down their independent rotation matrices. Then I believe you are also familiar with the concept of yaw pitch roll. Yaw is basically rotation in the z-axis, which is basically rotation in the y-axis, or you can say up and down, and roll is left and right. So, we just independently construct rotation matrix for each rotations, and then when we multiply it, we get a 3D rotation matrix. In our course, we shall mostly deal with 2D rotations, and then after having enough depth and enough hold over this topic, we may later move to 3D tensor rotation and all. But for sake of theory, you should know that as there is a thing for 2D rotation, there are techniques for 3D rotations as well. Now let's see how rotation matrices are used to do rotation operation with our tensors. So this page is another study resource that I will attach in your study material. That when we want to rotate a tensor, here sigma is a tensor, and suppose we want to rotate it by a certain angle, then we will just multiply the this sigma with our rotation matrix in this fashion. As you already know, in case of matrix multiplication, this order is important. That means if you just make this q after this, then this doesn't hold. So first rotation matrix multiplied by your tensor, and then transpose of that rotation matrix will give your value, give the value after the rotation, give value for the tensor after the rotation. And last day, the formula we discussed, you can just rewrite that in this simplified version. That is contribution for this is for a plane. That is contribution for individual component, and and in case of that, for competitive exams, it is better to actually memorize this formula rather than deriving the whole thing there itself. So this formula you can just memorize in case of short questions and all. So basically, for three components, you get three simplified formulas, and you just put your values there and finally get it. And in your future exercises, you also will be using this format to let's say new stress condition is being given to you, and now you are being asked to compute the value for theta. In that case also, this format will help you more than those fundamental formulas that we discussed in our last class. So um, so so another new concept that we discuss now is concept of principal stresses. So what are principal stresses? The principal stresses are stresses at a particular orientation of your tensor inside the body, in which orientation there shall be only normal stresses present in that body or in that element that you are considering, or a state where there will be pure compression or tension and there should not be any shear applied in that body. So basically, when you know your sigma xx, sigma y and sigma tau xy, and you are asked to compute the orientation for which your or compute your orientation for which there is a principal stress or compute the principal stress, you just have to start with this third equation first. There you shall put your values for sigma x, sigma y, and tau xy, and compute the value for theta, for which your tau dash xy means for that orientation for which your tau xy is 0. Then that orientation is the point where there are purely normal stresses are present, that is tension or compression, and there is no shear. So in that orientation, there will be a maximum tension or maximum compression in that element. Let me explain this same thing on a Mohr circle. Then you may be able to understand it in a better fashion. We did solve a similar kind of problem in our last class, that we had some given stresses, and based on that we draw a Mohr circle. Now in a Mohr circle, we'll just have to see what are the points when our shears are 0, and in this case this is this point and this point. And you can also see when the shear is 0, that is the point where my compressional stresses are in extreme. Means this is the point where there is no shear stress and it is pure compression or tension. In this case it is compression. So these two stresses are called my principal stresses. These two stresses when there is no shear and only compression or tension is present. And now, uh, concept of principal stress is important. Suppose if this was tension, and you know that your material breaks at is weak at tension, then this is the point where from, or this is the orientation, or this is the plane where from my fractures are likely to build up. So for this reason, knowledge of principal stresses is important. So same way, you can compute your principal stresses from this system only. That means first you have to compute the value of theta, for which your tau xy is 0. Then put that theta value here and sigma x, sigma y, and tau xy values here. Then the values you will get, those are actually your principal stresses. In this same study material, there is also a tool for playing with tensor and its rotation. In case of when you are doing with 2D tensors, you just keep these values 0, and also these things these things 0 and only this one as 1, and you can put your values here and see whether your calculation that you have done on your pen on paper are correct or not. So, and this is basically sine theta. This is basically cos theta, sine theta minus sine theta in that format, that rotation matrix format that we just discussed. So thank you for listening so far, and just you complete your assignment so that we can just have a discussion, full discussion afterwards. So thank you for listening.